In Days of Great Peace by Mouni Sadhu. Chapter 33. Power in Us. Quote, "If the supreme truth remains unknown, the study of the scriptures is fruitless. Even if the supreme truth is known, the study of the scriptures is useless." In brackets, "The study of the letter alone is useless. The spirit must be sought out by intuition." End quote. These words of Sri Sankaracharya are of much value to those who may be somewhat discouraged through the reading of too many books and articles filled with technical terms of occult philosophy. If we try to learn with our mind-brain only, memory is burdened, and we never gain that which we intuitively seek, true spiritual enlightenment. Those who are making real progress on the path know that the process is really reversed. When we reach the realm of reality or spirit, then all terms and systems become clear, but never before. The life of Sri Maharshi is an excellent example. As a youth before his enlightenment, he knew almost nothing about the Hindu scriptures, but afterwards he understood everything easily and could give incomparable explanations based on his own spiritual wisdom. This is the only natural process. Perhaps the simile will explain this better. A person who knows only English would be unable to read another language, such as French, although it was the same alphabet. He must learn the language in order to use it correctly. So it is with the scriptures. They speak another tongue, although they use the same words as ours. This is not to say that reading is useless. As the inner wisdom grows in us, we find great support in the scriptures, for they describe what we are experiencing for ourselves. They provide authority and certainty for us on the path. The further the disciple goes, the less complicated becomes his mind, and then he is able to express in simple form and words, clear to all, that what would previously have needed an elaborate discourse of full technical terms. We can recognize the utter simplicity of the words of Christ. Buddha, Maharshi, and all the great teachers of humanity. Compare them with the modern philosophers in both the East and the West, and it is obvious where the truth is, and where lies only the theory of truth. In order to pass from this dream life of a separate ego personality to the real existence as self, we need that light of truth itself, not just its description, for that cannot help us. Sri Maharshi, in giving us a formula of life in the modern form of vichara, was putting into effect the old truth that even one maxim of a true master, if put into practice, is sufficient to lead the aspirant to the blissful end, attainment. An omnipotent but unknown power lies latent in every one of us. Maharshi spoke about it many times, especially in his instructions to F.H. Humphreys in his early years. This power must be uncovered, for without it nothing can be gained. It is by no means uniform in its manifestations, and it appears to be the disciple, but not the master, as having different aspects, bhakti, jhana, and so on. Some of us know that there is nothing to be compared with the grace of the presence of the Master to make this universal power available to us, and the indirect help of his grace has been experienced by many who strive to know the ultimate truth, to enter the inner world of their beloved Guru. This power enables man to subdue his relentless mind, which is the first cause of his troubles, outer and inner alike. It gives him at last that wonderful inner certainty from which arise silence and peace. They who awaken this power within themselves know that it brings about the ultimate union, and through that, immortality. The best form of help for a seeker is one by which he is not harassed with a great many teachings, dogmas, and definitions, all of which come from outside. There is a better method, used only by the Master, and that is by speech, look, or silence, and in very rare cases, by touch, putting the aspirant in such a position that he himself may find the solution to his problems. Then such a solution will be of his own living wisdom. This is all that matters in the school of human life. In the foreword to the book Maha Yoga by WHO, the author advises us to forget our relative science, in which reality is ignorance, before we can enter the path. Obviously, it is a condition, and we should know why and how. But it is not easy. Most people have great difficulty in getting rid of previous theories and former knowledge. But some are successful. And here a question arises. Why should we collect rubbish if it is to be discarded later? Sapient, sat, as the Romans used to say. Many sincere seekers are worried because they cannot acquire all the knowledge about religions, yogas, different occult systems, and so on. To these, the advice of Mahayoga is that the process of unlearning relative knowledge is not like forgetting it, but storing and locking it up in the mind-brain and putting the key in the pocket. Then, when you need to, you can unlock the store and use what you want, but you do not spend your life indefinitely inspecting your temporary possessions. It is better not to name this universal power here. It will be found in due course, and there is no possibility of a mistake. It is unique, alone, and close to each man's heart. It can be relied on to accomplish any task. You will find it by your own effort. There is nothing apart from it, for it is the very core of your being, the ultimate, the ever-present goal, the only true and eternal friend. The great Rishi once said to a Westerner, quote, "When a man for the first time recognizes his true self, then from the depths of his being arises something, and it then takes possession of him. It is on the other side of the mind. It is infinite, divine, and eternal. The phenomena we see are curious and surprising, but the most marvelous of all we do not realize, namely that one and only one illimitable force is responsible for all the phenomena we see and for the act of seeing them. Do not fix your attention on these changing things of life, death, and phenomena. Do not even think of the actual act of seeing or perceiving, but only of that which sees all these things, that which is responsible for it all. Try to keep the mind unshakenly fixed on that which sees. It is inside yourself. These things which we see and sense are only the split up colors of the one illimitable Spirit. A master in meditation, though the eyes and ears be open, fixes his attention so firmly on that which sees that he neither hears nor sees, nor has any physical consciousness at all, nor mental either, but only spiritual. End quote. These words of Sri Maharshi are the best explanation of the power in us. There is nothing to add.